Alright guys, today we're going to be diving into the yellow starter deck for One Punch Man, seeing if it looks like it's worth picking up and just sort of breaking down the cards. Yeah, if you guys don't know, this starter deck officially releases on the 28th of February, so that's when release events happen. That's when you can go pick up a starter deck, depending on your local TCG store as well. Maybe you can get some booster boxes, and then the 7th of March is when everything officially releases. But yeah, we're going to look at the starter deck here. If you guys don't know, the starter decks do generally come with just 2 copies of the important cards, like the SRs here. Is there? Oh yeah, the special triggers right here. I think even the finals. So yeah, just keep in mind if you guys are trying to pick up starter decks to have like full play sets of cards, because there are starter deck exclusives as well as cards that are in the main set as well. It is worth picking up two starter decks if you're curious, so you can have a full 4 of the Saitama, a full 4 of the Genos, because again, these will be starter deck exclusives for sure. Not every card, but the important ones. Also, if you guys are new to Union Arena, or if you guys haven't heard, Union Arena is a Japanese card game that all the animes we're getting right now, they've had in Japan for at least a year, if not longer. This is the first set ever that they're actually releasing simultaneously in Japan and in the US, or I don't know, wherever else, in English, I should say. But regardless, yeah, this is the first set that they're releasing at the same time as Japan, so power levels are going to be on a whole nother level. It's gonna be kind of crazy, I think. But yeah, it's pretty special. Just wanted to mention that if you guys didn't know. Let's go ahead and dive into it, boys. Starting us out here, we've got the 0 cost 1 energy bomb. When played, choose 1 character on your field. It gains 1k until the end of the turn. He's got the awesome active trigger, 3k. He's only at 500, but not a bad 0. And then we've got 1 energy, 1 action point king. When played, you can return 1 character, or you have to return 1 character with 1 or less energy on your field to your hand, and if you can't, return this character. Generic, 1500, 2 energy generator. Not a bad card at all. Alright, and then we've got 0 energy, 1 action point Genos. This is going to be an add-to-hand raid trigger, 1500. Definitely important for your raid cards. And then we've got 1 energy, 1 action point Silver Fang. Active main. He has to be on the front line for this. Return 1 character on your field to your hand. If you do, choose one of the abilities listed below, and you can only activate this Silver Fang ability 1 time each turn. So interesting, this Silver Fang ability, is this different than all Silver Fangs? I imagine if you have 2 of these Silver Fangs, you can still only activate it once. Switch this character to active. This character gains 1500 until the end of the turn. Could be pretty good as far as like a sleeper 3500, or even just a quick, I like that first ability for sure, a quick 2k swing. But either way, draw trigger, 2k, 1 energy. 0 energy, 1 action point, Terrible Tornado. She's going to have step, no trigger, but 2k, 1 energy. This is actually a pretty good card. Not bad. Saitama, 3 energy, 1 action point. This character cannot be removed from the field by your opponent's abilities. Seems like every Saitama is going to have that line of text. I love it. If on the front line, at the end of your attack phase, move this character to the energy line, so you'll never be able to block with this character, essentially. And then active main, place 1 card from your hand into your sideline. This ability can only be activated if your front line is not full, so essentially you can't remove cards from your front line, you can't swap them out. There has to be an open slot. But if you discard a card, you can move this card to your front line. So essentially what's cool about that is you can use his energy throughout the turn, and then when you're ready to go into your attack phase, trash a card, and now he's on the front line. That's a pretty good ability. And then he's going to get pushed back no matter what at the end of your attack phase. But he's only a 3 cost. He's a 10k printed, 2 generator, great trigger. All in all, amazing looking Saitama card. 2 energy, 1 action point, Hellish Blizzard. This is going to be the card that is, when they're set to active, they'll count as 2 energy instead of 1. 2500. No trigger on that. And then we're going to have the special trigger from the starter deck. It's going to be based around Genos here. 4 energy, 1 action point, Incineration Cannon. Choose, it's going to be the pretty generic special that you'll see in a lot of different specials. Choose a character with 3k or less and sideline it on your opponent's front line, but if you have Genos on the field, you can actually select a 5k or less. And then we've got the final AP restander for the yellow starter deck. 3 energy, 1 action point, Hero. Choose 2 action points and switch it to active, your final trigger. And then 3 energy, 1 action point Genos, double block, draw trigger, 3500, 1 energy. I've said this before, not a huge fan of double blockers, maybe on a printed 4K. And obviously against certain decks this is going to be good, but in general, I don't go into double blocks with high expectations. That's a good way to put it. They can be clutch for sure. 4 energy, 1 action point, Raid Genos. When played, this character gets impact until the end of the turn. When sidelined, play up to 1 yellow Genos. with 3 or less required energy from your hand set to resting onto your field. But if Saitama is on your field, you get to play it set to active instead. Ooh, okay, okay. And then he's got a raid trigger, 4K, 1 energy. This is a pretty good looking card. Keep your board full of characters, even if it's just set to resting. That's not bad at all. Set your Genoses up for an extra raid next turn, essentially, or something along those lines. I like this. I like this. Not a bad looking card at all. Silver Fang, 2 energy, 1 action point, impacts Nullifier. He's got an active trigger, which we always love to see. 3K BP, 1 energy. Okay, not bad, not bad. You know, the more impact nullifiers, the better. They're going to be pretty important. 4 energy, 1 action point, Terrible Tornado, active main. If on the front line, once per turn, you can switch to resting 1 active character on your front line with 5K or less BP. If you do, you can choose a character on your opponent's front line and switch it to resting. Okay, okay. So essentially I rest 1, you rest 1. Draw card for a trigger, 4K, 1 energy. Not bad, not bad. It seems like that's what Yellow's doing a lot of in this set too, is a lot of resting your opponent's cards. So this will play well into it, especially because, I mean, you are sacrificing an attacking character, but in certain situations, that could be huge. And then we've got Moomin Rider, 0 energy, 1 action point, 2K BP. They gave our boy a 2K. Let's go. 1 energy, no trigger. And then we've got the starter deck Saitama here, 4 energy, 2 action point. Play this card set to active onto your field. We love that. Can't be removed from the character. Can't be removed from the field by your opponent's abilities. At the end of your attack phase, place this character on the bottom of your deck. So there's obviously a cost to him being so low. Once you're done attacking with him, he's out of the game. He's going back to the bottom of your deck, not even into your sideline. When played, though, you also get to choose 1 character with 4K or less on your opponent's front line and sideline it. So regardless, he's always removing a character, hopefully. And then he's usually taking a life or taking 1 of your opponent's cards, removing a character. So he's either a double removal or a removal and a life. That's pretty strong. All for 4 energy, 2 action points. Nothing more, nothing less. He's also got the add to hand trigger, so if he does end up in your life, you're still getting to play him. 10K, like I said, with the 1 energy, so he's never getting blocked, and if your opponent blocks, they are dying. Yeah, pretty good looking card, especially for a starter deck card for sure. And then the last cards of the deck here, we've got 3 energy, 1 action point, Hellish Blizzard. She's got the active trigger, 3K, 2 energy generator. I feel like we see this. Is this in like almost every starter deck? I could be wrong. I know JJK has this exact card for Nobara. Now that I think about it, I think every starter deck has like this exact card, which is, it's a good solid card. It's unfortunate there's no ability on it, but at the end of the day, like, this is a good card. Good trigger, low cost, double generator, 3K is not weak. It's there. But yeah, I just realized that because I think these are all starter deck exclusives. Yeah, very interesting, and they all have this exact setup in their decks. If not most of them do. 2 energy, 1 action point, Saitama's Apartment. W sight card. When Geno's doing the dishes, I love it. When play, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. Reveal up to 1 Saitama, Genos, or King. Love it, I love it. Add them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. Oh yeah, King is that 1 energy card. Right. I'm sure there's other ones in yellow, but still. So this could be good. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. It's an add to hand trigger, generating an energy. At the end of the day, we don't like sight cards because this is a bodies game, right? We want to have options to push up onto our front line to attack and block with. Sight cards cannot do that. I mean, it's not bad. It sucks also, though, that it's a when played. So, like, once the ability pops, it's literally just 1 energy generated on your back line. It can't even be, like, a blocker for you. I'm going to give this card a solid 2 out of 10, but maybe a 3 because it's a freaking hilarious sight card, Saitama's Apartment. But yeah, I do not love this card, I'll be honest. And then the final one that I do love, this card looks awesome. It's so iconic. 4 energy, 1 action point, 1 punch. Choose one of the following. If your opponent has 3 or more life, deal 1 damage. Take a life on your main phase for 1 action point. What? Your other option, though, is choose Saitama and give him impact until the end of the turn. So, you know, if they're below the 3 life, you're still taking a life. I don't know if you'd want to give him impact above 3 life. Either way, craziness. Draw trigger. So thank God it's not an add to hand trigger. Otherwise, you'd always see this card. Well, maybe you will always see this card, though, because Well, if you guys check out the yellow set breakdown that I'll be uploading on a separate video, there are cards that can add event cards to your hand, I just realized, from your sideline. So, yeah. This is going to be a reason to pick up the starter deck, because I'm pretty sure this is also a starter deck exclusive as well. Again, I'm pretty sure cards like this could be a 4 of. I don't know if it all depends on the rarity. Don't quote me on it. This could be a 4 of, but I for sure know that the SR rarities will be 2 of. So, regardless, if you guys want full play sets of cards, you want the 4 ofs for a lot of them, you will need 2 starter decks, just a heads up. But yeah, this is looking sick. Also, I should mention, if you don't know, starter decks do have a chance to have alternate arts for the characters as well as the action points. So keep that in mind. That's really cool. If you guys are opening up your starter decks, good luck on that, because you do have a chance to pull alternate arts out of it. And if you do, look up the Sukuna alternate arts, look up really any of the starter deck alt arts for the most part. They all go for pretty high value because they're pretty rare. But yeah, this is looking awesome. I'm definitely going to be picking up a starter deck or two. Definitely going to be building a yellow deck. This looks freaking sick, dude. I can't wait to use that One Punch card, man. One Punch! And then Saitama. Yeah, this is looking sick. But yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Let me know what you're most excited for. Good luck on your games. Good luck on your pulls. Thanks for hanging out. Like and subscribe, YouTuber stuff, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.